Live. Peter Schiff was right. Peter Schiff was right. Dump crypto, buy gold. What are you fools doing? Can you believe it? I bet these past few days, Peter Schiff woke up in the morning. He was like, "Ha! I was right. Finally, after 12 years." So was Peter Schiff right? Is this the end of Bitcoin? Everybody's wondering. Everybody's asking. That's why I'm here with my brother Tom Hartman, marketer and web programmer, and myself, entrepreneur, comedian, and other things, motivational consultant, here with Jumpstart Live, going to help you to create, build, grow, learn, and earn. Not financial advice, but here you can find out all that you need to know about having a jumpstart in life, especially with crypto. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today in our little mini episode. Tom, Bitcoin bloodbath, crypto crashes. What do we do? Was Peter Schiff right? Is it over?
Well, just to put it in context here, let's paint the picture. Just what was it? A day or two ago, Bitcoin started going down, and then it went down uh, hella fast, right? Bitcoin and everything correlated with it: Ethereum, ADA, DOT, Safe Moon, Keanu token, Elon Musk, all the Doge, all of them went belly up. I was going to use a different body part, but I realized we're not on the Telegram chat
We're
where we
not
can be
on
a
our
little more
Telegram chat
free. I'm
where
on
we can be
YouTube, on
free.
Twitch, yeah. And so it was just crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. It dropped. What is it like? It dropped like 40%. What's funny is that if you were long Bitcoin over the last year, 12 months, you're still up like double your money.
Yeah.
If you were long gold, you went down 20%, I think, over the last year. So it's like, all right, Peter Schiff. He had a few good days where gold went, up and to the right, where he wants the price to go to. But it was at 2,000 whatever, and we haven't seen that since. It's at 1,800 whatever now. So I wouldn't have wanted to been long gold the way Peter Schiff was. And who wants to be? You're in the crypto space. Like if you have a brick of gold at home, and you're like, okay, this is a good price. You want to go sell it? Yeah, you try to go do that. You try to go sell $10,000 worth of gold somewhere and see what price you get. You think you get the price that says on the chart? No. Some guy wants to be able to buy it lower and sell it at a large premium. So good luck with that. And if you had paper gold, right? If it was like gold shares you had or gold miners or something, well, I'm not sure how that's far. That's a digital asset that you have that's trading and that you can sell. How is that very different than crypto? I don't know. Plus, there are
Because
cryptos that
gold
are
is not
tied
going to
to
crash.
gold's not going to crash. Well, it's not going to go. It's not going to crash because it's not going to go up much. There's not a bunch of people sitting around. There's not millions of
Stable. That's
people.
exactly what I hear on CNBC. They want a stable store of asset. If Bitcoin is going to be claimed to be a digital gold, it can't be so volatile. It's got to be stable. Yeah, you're not going to get rich with gold, but it's going to maintain its value. You can count on it. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, you can count on it.
That's
Sure,
right.
you'll lose about 99% of.
So if you make $50,000 a year, right, then you can be rest assured that your 50,000, if you don't spend it, will be relatively safe in gold, minus capital gains fees and holding fees and all that sort of thing. But let's say you're keeping your 50,000, and you'll never get higher than that. You'll just stay exactly at that. You'll work at your 9 to 5 job, and you'll just maintain whatever level of. Hey, if you're satisfied, you're satisfied. Hey, I'm not trying to poo-poo that, but there are some people, annoying people, kids even in crypto that are making money hand over fist, and they have a bright future if they know how to manage their money properly, which is one of the things we want to be able to talk about on our Telegram group. What is it? Tomorrow we're doing this.
Yeah, we're going to be on our Telegram group tomorrow. It's all set up. If you haven't joined us yet, become a member over at patreon.com/happy for a change. For $5 a month USD, we can feed you all the information that you want. We're not giving you financial advice, but you'll find out what we're doing, what we're into, the way we're seeing the world. It's going to give you a really good head start. Honestly, we're not like these people that you see on YouTube where it's just like sensational Bitcoin, whatever. This is fundamentals. It's learning technicals. It's understanding the market. It's knowing where we're going. Sometimes we could
And
talk.
how to place your position, right? a lot of people, they one of the main questions that I get from people who are like, okay, I'm interested in this crypto thing. I like to start. They got over the hurdle of setting up some sort of wallet. Then the question they ask is, okay, how much do I buy? And I go, buy a little bit, but to them, a little bit, they don't understand what that means, and they're looking to get a lot of money as fast as they can, right? And so they have this like, they people have this mix of short term and long term thinking. They make short term decisions in a long term context, or long term decisions in a short term context, and they don't know how to consider their own wealth, their own value, their own net worth in terms that make sense, right? So if someone was going to buy a car, they know that price of the car, they could understand if this car costs $5,000 used. They have an idea of what that means to their net worth, how many weeks they would have to work in order to pay off that car, how much interest they're going to have to pay over it, and time duration and their cost over time. They have an idea of that. But if they go by crypto, because it's not the thing they can hold, they're like, I'm not sure what to think about this. What's a little bit? What's a lot? And so that's some of the things I want to talk about tomorrow. Like, there are things when you're getting into a position, there's things to think about. When you're in it, there's things to think about, and when you're trying to exit it, there's things to think about. So before this big drop that we're having right now, man, I've been selling. Not everything. I've been selling enough so that I could buy back in a little bit lower. So that's this sort of thinking I want people to have.
All right, I want to talk about dollar cost averaging, which I think you alluded to, and I want to talk about how whatever that's called when it comes to selling. We've talked about this before, but just before that, you were talking about gold and comparing it to Bitcoin, and the paper aspect or the digital aspect of gold, comparing it to Bitcoin. And you kind of said something that I really want to step on to get you to expound upon. Is Bitcoin, should people consider Bitcoin or crypto a get rich quick scheme? Is that why you should go into this thing versus gold? Okay, you want to Bitcoin is a digital store of assets, sure, but we want to get rich quick. So where do you stand on that?
All right, so that's a great question. That's a know what you're buying sort of thing. So some of the conversations I've been having over this bearish trend in Bitcoin is where people, while Bitcoin was going up, what I was hearing from these people are stuff like, crypto is going to change the world. It's a great way of transferring money, and look at all the problems that it's solving. And then when it goes down, people go, "Well, I want my money out." So it goes up, they want to change the world, and when it goes down, they want their dollars.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
you got to know what you're buying. If either one is fine. If you're buying something because you think that this asset makes sense, and that owning this will give you a taste, like give you a share of uh its effect in the world, that it could change something in the world, then you're holding it for one particular purpose. If you're holding it for price appreciation, that's a whole other thing. Don't hold it for one thinking that you're doing the other, or don't hold it at one and behave like you're doing the other, because then, like, what I hear often is people go, okay, I'm selling it all right now, and I'm going to buy it back in later when it's lower. One, you're not doing that. Okay. If you weren't selling it on the way up, there's no chance that as it's knifing down, you're gonna catch it, right? So for so for example, Bitcoin dropped to, actually pull up my chart there. Let me just show you something over here. So Bitcoin over here dropped on that blood day. What was it? This is on the 19th, right? So let's consider this whole drop from up here. So Bitcoin was at, let's call it 58,000, right? You see it?
Yeah.
And it dropped all the way down over here to 30,000, right? That's a 48% drop. Now, if these people were actually going to buy it lower, right? I'm going to buy it when it's lower, then you should have bought it around here, around 30,000, right?
Mhm,
Then when it bounced back up to 41,000, you're happy, right?
mhm.
There's your, if you're going to call it dollar cost averaging, there's your DCA in action over there. Where even if when it came down, even as it came down to its lowest point today at 33,000, you're still up, right? That's buying low. But you got to be able to buy it in this drop. You got to be able to buy it as it's knifing down in this drop, right? So that means you had a, let's call it a a 3 hour window to buy to a 3 hour window here to buy the crypto, to buy it as it's falling. No, you know what most people did? It bounced up and they bought it over here at 42. That's what they did. And then they're like, okay, fine. I bought it lower. It was up at 50 before. Now it's a 42. Okay, good. I'm dollar cost averaging. And now it drops again, right? Down to 33. What do you think those people bought it at 33? No, they're selling it. Because they're like, oh my God, I'm underwater. And then it's going to bounce again and they're going to do the same thing again. All right, you take me out of full screen here.
So they're going to be paying capital gains on that. They're going to be paying fees on that, right?
Even aside from that, even aside from the capital gains, because you pay the tax man and you deal with that afterwards if you made money in the casino. What happens is that people say they want to buy low and sell high, but that means you have to buy low, sell high. Means I have to sell in fear. I have to buy in fear and sell when it looks like it's blue skies, where it's only going to go up. You have to buy it when you go, oh, I don't want this at all. It's crashing. That's buy signal. And if you have a long term idea that you want to be in this position, if you're only buying something because of the momentum of it, then no, you don't buy back in later. You wait till the momentum shows itself again. So later on, when Bitcoin, you're going to hear Bitcoin makes all time new highs. It's going to happen at some point.
That's when you buy.
Well, that's what they're going to buy. They're like, okay, great. It's proven itself. It's back up. I'm going to buy it there, and then it's going to peak up again. And when they should sell it, right? When
Or
it's
sell
like,
a little
oh my
bit.
God, it's going up. Can anything stop Bitcoin? They won't, and it'll come down. But if you did, and you made that little difference from the next all time high to the new all time high, then yeah, you make your 10, 15, 20%, and you're happy. But people don't want that. You know why? Because people came inside of this trade, the momentum trade, after people have already made 500%, and they go, okay, great, now it's proven itself. I'm going to get in and make 500%. Buddy, the people who made 500% bought it way back when, in the scary times. The most you're going to make on this momentum trade is 10, 20%.
In the short term. So this is not a get rich quick scheme then.
Well, it can be a get rich quick scheme if you do all the right things and you're lucky. So the people who bought it took out massive loans and leverage in order to get 3, 5, 4, 5 times their money. They write it up. While they're not making the 20% in that bounce, they're making 60% and more, right? So they could double their money in a day, right? But they got to know what they're doing. They got to be able to tell when the momentum is slow, when it's knifing down, and have the discipline enough in order to sell it when it's bounced up. They have to be able to sell it then and not lament the idea that they could have made more and all that. Then
When
they
you
can
say
make tons
sell
of
it, do
money.
you mean sell it all, or are you
Yeah,
talking about your 2% selling the
sell it
premium?
all. When you're taking out loans in order to buy something, you sell it
Oh,
all. You
don't
don't
take out loans to buy
do not
anything.
do that.
Don't leverage yourself to do this. Okay, I don't know why people haven't figured this one out. You're gonna get in trouble. Don't
Yeah.
borrow in order to get this done. What you say reminded me of what I've heard Jack Ma say. For entrepreneurship, he says when everyone is pessimistic, you be optimistic. When everybody's optimistic, you be pessimistic, right? So if everybody's like, "Hey, the price is so high, it's great, everybody get in," you start selling some. When
Well,
it's
Warren
going
Buffett has the
down,
same line, right? Be greedy when everyone's fearful, and be fearful when everyone's greedy.
and if you can't do that, well, then either follow someone who does, like Tom, or don't go into it. I mean, but people using this is what I don't get. All right, okay. Right now, the price is around the price is 3,600. Okay, 36.5. Now I remember when we were dreaming of 36.5. Like I remember
36,000.
36,500. Yeah. I remember when we were dreaming of
That's
36,000
right.
and it was at, 15,000 or 20,000. And then, so what's funny to me is that, okay, I believe Bitcoin is like electricity. Okay. I don't think it's like a stock. I don't think it's like a company. I think it's
It's a
something that's
commodity.
here. It's a
That's right.
commodity and it can't go away. That people might stop using electricity for a while. The electrical grid might go out and we might be in the dark ages for 100 years, but eventually electricity has to be rediscovered because it's not a stock, it's not a company. This is something that's real in the world. Now, Bitcoin to me will continue to go up, right? Over time. It will be volatile. It's a volatile asset. This is something we should talk about. It's You can't expect huge returns, huge 100x gain without it being able to go down as by as much. So 30%, 50% corrections are par for the course. It's normal. It's the price you pay for this. As long as you're not selling to come out of it, then what difference does it make if it went down and it's going to go back up?
This is accurate.
But the price that it is right now, okay, let's say it goes up to a new all-time high. It hits 70,000. Okay, you're like, okay, now you're in it. Then it's going to go, and then it's going to correct back down to 50,000, and you're going to be in the same boat that people are today, going, "Oh my God, I made a terrible mistake. This is terrible. I got to get out of it." What are you talking about? What do you mean get out of it? It'll relative to what it at 70,000, 50,000 seems like, oh, it dropped a lot. But relative to what it is now, 50,000 is higher than where we are now, and it will keep doing that. One day it'll be at 100,000, and it'll correct down to 70.
So this
People
is the
go,
know
"Oh,
what you're
get off the
buying
boat."
thing.
It's so
This is the know what
crazy.
this is the know what you're buying thing. So if you're buying a lottery ticket, right? And they have the seven numbers, and the balls are coming, are being chosen, and you have three out of the seven, right? Well, you know that every time that a number is called, um, until the number is called, anything can happen. I could be a winner, I could not, and he goes, oh, and other people are like, hey, like, oh, and so that consider that sort of like that uncertainty is what you're buying when you're buying a lottery ticket. You go, this lottery ticket is either definitely $0 or the jackpot, right, or somewhere in between, and the somewhere in between is like it's zero or something, and if you do that while they're calling the numbers, you don't go, can I sell this ticket? They call three numbers. It's not working. Let me get rid of this lottery ticket. I just can't handle it anymore. I got to sell it to somebody else, because you go, well, what did you think you were buying?
Yeah.
If it was for sure, let's say it wasn't a lottery ticket, it was a piece of gold that you know is going to trend upwards in value over the next decade, then you're not worried that it's going to drop to zero. And you're also not worried that it's going to double in value. You're just like, okay, this is just going to steadily go up in value, and so it's less volatile. You know what you're buying.
That's how I feel about Peter Schiff's thing. It's like his thing is like, okay, he's poo pooing Bitcoin and crypto. That's fine, but his thing is like gold is worthwhile. People go, oh, gold was at 2,000, now it's at 1880, and I'm like, who cares? It's gold.
That's right.
Like, you're not buying gold because of the price it is today. You're buying gold because it's something that's valuable. Bitcoin, oh, it was at 50, now it's at 30. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? All the price is only reflecting how people are valuing it in the market. It's not affecting its usefulness in the world. When I listen to all the more boring videos and talks about the Bitcoin and the industry, the things they talk about, regular people don't care about. Oh, how fast it is to settle the transactions. There's a yield or a T plus 2, T plus 3, how much time it takes. I go, most people find that boring. A business is like, I don't care what the stock price is at. This thing can settle in minutes instead of weeks, instead of months. That's going to save me a ton of money and a ton of time and a ton of headache. Who gives a crap what the price is today or next day or whatever it is? It's providing me a usefulness that I can't find anywhere else, that I cannot do with anything else. They're not talking about it as, oh, the price went down, so I guess I won't put my 100 million in there today. They're like, what? They're just like, fine, 30, great. That's the thing. The dumb money is getting scared out, I think, of the market right now, and that's partly what I want to counteract. Don't act like dumb money sheep. All right. Oh, the price went down, the price goes up. You hear the news. Oh my God, they're inflaming it. The people with money are buying right now. That's what they're doing. They're buying right now. The price has dropped to 30. They're like, great. Can you imagine? Somebody says, oh, the price of Tesla's dropped by half. People are like, where the hell do I go find a Tesla? Oh,
Peter,
but it's losing in value. No, I got to go find a Tesla right now.
Excellent point. So in the dot-com crisis, right, where tech stocks crash down, and you go, who would buy those? All the smart money bought it there. Those are the people who bought Amazon at $3. Those are the people who bought Microsoft at $20. Those are the people who rigged it up. That's where the billionaires buy their stock. They wait for the Black Friday sales that happen every 8 years or whatever. They buy there whenever there's a crash, and then they write it up because the downside has already been manifest, already shown itself, and then they could write it up with lower risk. When was the best time to buy a house over the last 20 years? In the global financial crisis in 2009.
That's right.
It was a bad time to own one, I guess, if you're trying to sell it. But if you were living in the house and you just lived through it, what difference does it make to you if your house
Cheaper.
value went down? I
Yeah.
mean, like, let's say you weren't even buying a house. Let's say you just had a
Mhm.
house and you're
Yeah.
using this house. What difference does it make to
I get
you
it.
if for 3 years it went down and then the later on went? It make no difference. You're using the house. You're
That's
in the
right.
house.
Exactly.
And the best time to
It,
buy
it might
one,
make a difference to you emotionally. Like, oh, if I wanted to sell my house, I wouldn't be able to sell it for as much. It's not
that's
valued
right.
as much. But any smart person would be like, it really does not matter. Like, who
Yeah.
cares?
And if you had money, like the best time to buy it was then. Like the best time. There was the whole housing boom in 2005 to 2007 where people were flipping houses and they're getting loans, 0% interest, getting a house, flipping it, renting it out, making money hand over fist, right? That we've all seen The Big Short. But
Mm.
that was the worst time to buy the house. That's why those people ended up screwed in the housing crash, and that's how people treat this cryptos. They'll go into Bitcoin and they'll buy it when their friends are talking about it, and it's in the news headlines, and the newspapers everywhere are saying Bitcoin, can it ever go down again? And then they go, oh, you know what? Everyone else is saying it's good. I guess it's a good thing, which is exactly the feeling you want to fade. You want to go that okay, that sounds great, and then you wait and you wait and you wait, and then if I want to buy a Tesla shares, I don't buy Tesla shares when they're going up. I go, okay, Elon Musk is going to tweet something at some point. I'm just going to wait. He's going to tank the stock price, and then I'm going to buy it if I want a Tesla stock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Why?
right.
On the bad news, and so we're seeing this bloodbath right now. So the only question you have to ask yourself is, what do I think this is long term? If I think
And
that
that's
this,
that's what I want to talk about inside of the Telegram group. We're going to be there tomorrow answering your questions, but also giving you some instructions. I really want to explain to the average person in detail that might be boring, but we'll make it spicy during our Telegram conversation. What Bitcoin actually is. No one who understands to a greater degree what, because I don't know if anybody understands it completely or whatever. I don't know if we're still in that world. If you think you understand, then you don't understand. If you think you understand quantum physics, then you don't understand quantum physics. Yeah. But if you have a grasp of what Bitcoin is, nobody can scare you out of Bitcoin. Scare you out of the electricity, scare you out of the internet. What do you mean? How are you gonna?
exactly right.
I'm looking at I'm watching these videos, CNBC or whatever, Bloomberg. Oh, it's crashing. Is this the end of crypto? And it's the best thing I could possibly see. I'm like, yes, go ahead, drive the price down, scare people out of it. We get more Bitcoin. We get rid of all the dumb money, all the stupid people. Then everybody who's in the know are like, hey, literally Black Friday. So can you imagine Black Friday comes along? And for some reason, people got it in their head that they should not shop Black Friday.
Right.
But stores are still open and deals are still there.
Yeah, but they'll
I'd be
do it next week. They'll buy it
like,
next week at full price.
exact. Look, I won't go to a Black Friday sale out in the real world because I don't want to have to deal with that. Like I wouldn't be these people trampling other people are there. But if I knew for a fact that nobody else was going to be there, it'd be like a sparse crowd. I'd be lining up at that door. I pitch my 10 out in front of it, and I'll go buy 5 TVs and go sell those 5 TVs. Like I would totally be out at Black Friday sale. Now there's a sale going on, and people. I'm happy to find out the friends and the people I'm with who either are selling their crypto or have lost interest in it because the price has gone down. I go, oh, okay, you're dumb money. Like you don't get what's
A
going on.
caveat here, I should mention that as far as we're using Bitcoin, but that's really a proxy for the
Oh,
crypto
just before
space.
you say that, because it's a comment.
Sure.
Alex of Canada says, waiting until Bitcoin is $5. He's waiting for it to crash.
Well, you can wait with Peter Schiff. He's been waiting until $5 for a long while. Also,
Xander likes your tie, Tom. By the way, Xander likes your tie.
thanks. So as a just as a note,
Hermes tie.
we're using Bitcoin as a proxy for the crypto market. So what I'm saying by Bitcoin, I'm really saying by a cross section of the crypto market. And so for me, Bitcoin is really more of a gateway drug. But as you get into it, you start realizing that the aspects that you like about it are more exemplified by other things. And
Mhm.
so, as far as owning something, I would say Bitcoin is like a small portion of what I would own compared to other things. That's something else that if people are interested in the Telegram group, I'd love to talk about. What are the other coins that I find have more long term potential long term value, both on price momentum if you're just looking to make a trade, a short term investment, or a short term trade versus an investment, a long term over the next year, 2, 3, 5, 10. Also, just think about it like gold. Like if someone is interested in gold, Peter Schiff, let's say, he has gold holdings, right? He has actual gold, physical gold, but he also has gold stocks because they're more liquid. He can sell. They behave differently. So he has like shares of gold, and then he has also shares in gold miners, and then he has shares in emerging markets that have primarily gold as part of their balance sheet. So
Mhm.
just because you like a particular idea, it doesn't mean that just holding that thing on its own is the best manifestation of it. There are all kinds of other derivatives and other proxies that exist within a given space. So I just want to be clear that when I'm saying go buy, I'm telling anyone go outside right now and buy a bunch of Bitcoin. But if you've never been in the crypto space, it's a great place to start. But it's more about what Peter was saying before. Like this is a useful thing. Start actually using it. Don't be the freaking an old person sitting there go, I don't know how to use the cryptocurrency. Just figure it out, okay? Try. It's not it's not easy yet for the user onboarding. It's not easy yet for people to get into it and navigate the space. But that's why the price is going up so much because it's hard. And once people figure it out, they get through it. They go, holy shoot, this is super useful, and then they want to buy more. So by the time it's a no brainer, and you click a button and you're in crypto, it'll be like the dollar. It's not going to move a lot. And so that's not the time to get in. So really get in, start using it, make some transfer payments. Sometimes just transfer it to your friend. Okay, let's see how do we actually go about that. It's a great learning experience. You expose yourself to new technology, which we always recommend that everyone does, and it'll really cement in your head. Now I get the value. Now I understand the value.
We're going to be doing things in our Telegram group, in our private Telegram group, when it comes to crypto. Not only are we asking people to get some crypto so they can understand what we're talking about more, we got some fun projects and some fun ideas that are coming down the pike. So if you want to get in on that, make sure to go over to patreon.com/happyforchange. For $5 a month, you can join our private group on Telegram. We're going to have a lot of fun. And if you have any questions, you want to know about the onboarding process, you want to know how to get started, any questions that you have, this is the place for you. If you ever wanted the personal touch when it comes to these things, not just watching these videos and figuring out yourself, we are here. We've helped other people. We can help you. We're not financial advisors. Any advice that you take is at your own risk and at your own peril. But what's life for, huh? You want to play it safe? You want to go kayaking on a nice still stream? All right. Or do you want to get in there and mix it up? Tom, what to do? Okay, we don't have that much time. This is just a mini little episode. We're going to be back here in not too long. Definitely go over to Telegram. But what should people do considering the carnage that's happening in the markets? Considering whether they have it or don't have it? Like what should be people thinking now? The question I got is Bitcoin going down or will it go up again?
So you don't buy crypto with the guarantee that it goes up, right? As we said before, if you know for sure it's going to go up or that it's not going to go down to zero, then the price will just stabilize and nothing will happen with it. The volatility will disappear. So you're buying it totally expecting that it could absolutely go to zero. So what I say, if you don't have any crypto at all, now is a good time to buy some, right? So if you have $1,000 to spare, put $100 into it, $50 into it. If you have that money to spare. If you don't have any, buy some. If you do have some, well, the time to sell some of it was before, so you could buy back lower. But if you're not one of those people who wants to trade a position, just hold it. Just hold it. Now, if your thesis is right, then it'll go up in value over time. Now, if you made the mistake of buying high and your position is too large, right? You need this money to live. Well, just hang on. You jumped out of a plane without a parachute, and there's not much advice I could give to you other
Hope it
than,
goes back up and then sell it.
well, if you don't have, let's say you don't have time to hope that it goes back up, you're gonna have to sell it at a loss and take your licks. And if you go, well, even if I sell it at a loss, I'm still screwed. There's something like, then hold it. Then I mean, what
Hold
else?
it and
What
try
else
to
can you
find
do?
some money somewhere else, borrow it from a friend or something. Hold it, because
Exactly.
our expectation is that it does go back up. It goes up. I shared a video from Kitco News inside of our Telegram group today. Robert Green, I think his name is. His price point is. Let me just confirm his name here. I want to get it right. Robert Breedlove. Sorry, Robert Breedlove. His price point is 307,000 by October. So there are people who are expecting this to go up. So holding on to it might be
Well, I'm
something
just
good.
saying. Let's say in 2017, like before the big drop, let's say you bought Bitcoin at $15,000, right? And you bought it with money that you needed. Well, it might have been a good idea to sell something else that you had than your Bitcoin, right?
Mm.
Because that your Xbox was definitely going down in value, and if you sold that to help pay for your rent, well, that Bitcoin, you're very happy you had it now. Hell, you're very happy you had it last year. So before you sell a lottery ticket, um, sell something else. Yeah, that's all I would say about that. But we'll go
That
into
makes
far more
sense.
detail on the Telegram group. I can't wait to talk to people about Cardano, about Polkadot, about Ethereum, and Doge as well. We'll get Doge in there. We'll get Rune in there. We'll really talk about some altcoins that I think if you're not familiar with what's going on in the crypto space, will blow your knickers off.
I don't wear knickers. I'm not going to speak for Tom, but I will say that I think a lot of the people who talk about Bitcoin and all that stuff on the interwebs, on Twitter, on YouTube, are kind of moronic, are kind of stupid, who might not even be able to explain why they're doing what they're doing. You shouldn't think that because someone has achieved success in something that they're knowledgeable about what they're talking about. Most of the information that Tom peruses and that I listen to is mind-numbingly boring to most people, and if you're not following someone who listens to mind-numbingly boring information, who is looking at charts and details, then you're following the wrong leader. Okay, you're in the wrong cult. Join our cult, uh, Jumpstart Live over on Telegram. And if you have any questions, any of your questions, there are no stupid questions, only stupid answers, and we don't have any of that. So come over to the Telegram group, patreon.com/happy for a change. You can join us there, and make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Facebook, go over to youtube.com/happy for a change. We got a lot of good content. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, and we're live all the time. All right, Sacred Prophet. This is my financial guru. I'm Bad Guru. I'm your motivational guru. And get out there, experiment. And all you Alexes of the world, okay, waiting for $5, okay? No, all right? No, okay? I'm telling you, it'll never be $5. I know Tom's saying you got to believe it's going to do it. It'll never go to $5, okay? Will electricity go to $5? Actually, maybe
We
maybe
live in
it
a
might go.
world where $36,000 per Bitcoin is a bad day. Oh my god. Oh my god. You tell me the trade you're in, Alex. You tell me the trade you're in. Let's have that conversation.
9,000 when we did our first Bitcoin video for Jumpstart. 9,000. And we
Mhm.
thought that was pretty high back then.
That's pretty high.
Seeing a drawback from 60 something down to 30 with the expectation it'll go up. This is par for the course, people. Don't get onto a roller coaster and expect it not to go up and down. But at the end, you're going to be coming out all smiles, I'm pretty sure. And if if you lose everything, well, at least you're along for the ride. All right, we've got Melissa Hartman here, Mel Hartman, saying hashtag join our cult. Love that. Love that. I love that very much. And thank you to Alex. Thank you to Xander. Thank you for everybody who commented and participated. And thank you to everybody who joined our group. It was really fun talking with you. My name is Peter Hartman,
I'm Tom Hartman.
and you're watching
And so
Jumpstart Live.
say we all.
No,
Wow.
so
We,
say
we,
we
we
all.
got
I
to
like that.
synchronize.